Ooh, she's looking better. A little bit right there. Yeah, we're gonna need 4. Well, we were close. I thought we had it, but there's one little hole there that... All right. So welcome one, welcome all. We got... We're doing more of this phone live stream. I'm looking at my analytics, and it actually makes a little bit of sense. Like 70% are watching on mobile with the live streams, and I think it was like 10% on computers, and then the other 20 is like tablets and TVs and stuff like that. So let me know if these type streams work versus the horizontal. We could do either one. It doesn't really matter. The vertical, like this, it I guess it comes out with the shorts crowd, so it's kind of nice to get some new eyes on here, especially people with firewood businesses or anybody that likes firewood or log in or anything like that. Kind of opens the doors, more or less. I don't think I've ever received a subscription on from a live stream, except for when I started to do these vertical. Hey, what's up, GP? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I trimmed the facial hair, hoping that would signify the end of winter, but we've got another 5 inches coming. Tuesday, Wednesday. But I actually just was getting some spy point pictures, and they wouldn't come through on my phone, so I wanted to know if somebody was down here, because I've got spy point security system basically with the cameras that trigger every time they have movement, but most of the time it's just deer or something like that. You tried that, didn't work? Yeah, no, I don't figure it will either. But the way this wood is looking today, I think I'm going to go out and do a stick test on them and see what we've got for temperatures, or I'm sorry, for seasoning. I actually should have kept a log, and I can look back. I've got my work binder here. I just got into the square setup, that way people can pay by card. So we'll do that. We'll get a code department. Yeah, what are we in? March? Perfect. So I'll get in here and we'll get a reading on this wood, see what we're at. That'll be handy. Kind of keep track of this year versus last. Have you ever seen the memory card that turns old cams into these spy points? I haven't. I don't understand how they work. Because the spy points have the antennas on them and everything else, you know, but the old cams, they don't have antennas or really any of that stuff. So unless it's you know, chipped or I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it though. I mean, our cell phones don't have antennas on them, right? Greetings from Germany. How you doing, Buck? Nice to make your acquaintance. Tino. The antenna comes with it. So the card would go in and the antenna's hooked to the card? Because I've got another spy point right here, actually. This is the one that we took off on that last live stream. These are basically my security. I've got the Simply Safe at the house, but when it comes to the wood stuff, this stuff basically disappears. And then, well, I can't show you because it's my phone, but the phone, as soon as the camera triggers on movement or whatnot, it sends me a text message. I open up the text message and it pops up what's going on. But I get 150 pictures a day between the deer, the raccoons, and other stuff in here. Yeah, it's on the outside. Huh, with a wire. No kidding. I use a crap at a spy point. I get all the trespass. Yes. Yes. Now, luckily, I've only had a couple people that were kind of nosing around, but nobody I was really worried about. They were neighbors. But yeah, man, you do these verticals. And if you enable it in the settings with that little gear cog, and supposedly it ships it out to like short live or something like that. That's why you get, 3,000-4,000 views on these shorts, which nobody really sticks around. But if you're doing, I don't know, I tried it the other day with processing because I figured it could kind of sum up better than being in a truck or something like that. But good enough to hold up in court. Good. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, buddy. I would do it too, man. Yeah. No, I've got one way in right now. I mean, if you walk through the woods, you could get in here, but, from the road. But it would break me trying to put a camera on each one of these trees across this property. So, I just try to keep out the honest, I guess. I just passed your dad's C&M. I didn't see nobody there. That brought back old memories, man. I remember pulling my old 1500 over to that house, putting U-joints in the back. Oh. I meant with the live vertical. I don't know. I must have misunderstood you. Yeah, well, you get a lot of everybody coming in, but that's okay. You can just freaking block. But yeah, we've got beautiful, beautiful weather here. I wish it would stick around. It looks, like I said, I think from Tuesday to Thursday, or Tuesday till Friday, it looks like we're going to be in a rain and snowy mess again. So, but then it goes to 55, and it seems like it kind of stays there. But we've had pretty full sun. Can I do that now? Oh, I can. Look at this. Of course, we got the mud on the hood. Mud everywhere getting in here. But the ground, it looked good. It is awful deceiving, though. Awfully deceiving. As you can see, the tires. It's still wet here. So I'm thinking I got spring. There's something right here. And then there's that one crap hole right where them logs are. But everything else is doing good. Really good. Actually, yeah, there's one of the spy points right there. Don't worry, I've got more covering that one. But yeah, I mean, that's what we're looking for. Nice dryish material. I came in yesterday. Of course, all this, basically from right where this here is, was taken over by the tree limbs and everything else. So I pushed it all back. That way, if I ever do plan on getting tractor trailers in here, they've got way more room than we had. So, and then I've got to either get a stump grinder or dig around that, but I want to have this all nice and open. Basically, I got a big rock right there, and then we'll take a walk. Why not, right? Be in the truck for a while. But me and you both. Instead, they went the retard way and started putting 6 cylinders in them. But that's a fad. You know, it's just like all the electronic garbage that's coming out. I don't know. My dad's into the electric cars, but he likes being able to charge them. He went and did the solar array there last year. So yeah, I knocked out some of the wall yesterday. And actually, we just had a comment talking about slowing the conveyor down. And I do have a valve right here. However, when I put it in a half spot, it really doesn't slow it down much. So when I back it off a little bit more, so say a quarter of the flow, then the belt starts to what the frick? I'm walking around aimlessly here. I can't stand that zoomed camera. The belt on the conveyor slows down, which slows the wood down, but also doesn't give it enough flow. So if there does become a little bind or anything like that, it plugs it up and it stops spinning completely. So I think I might put a reducer in it, just a little reducer. That way I can run her full squirt. It's not cavitating or starving or anything like that. The system itself, we'll try it. I don't know. I'll try it on the quarter for a little while now that we've got everything plugged off as far as getting limbs stuck and whatnot. But it was a good comment, really good comment. Now that I've got the grizzly bars on it and everything else. They are a nice truck, man. I love my little Tundra. It's 14 years old now. Let me see. 14 years old. It's been one heck of a workhorse for me. It doesn't I don't know. I'm still contemplating on, once I get a dump trailer, if I want to do the airbags. I'm not really an Add-A-Leaf guy. They are cheap, but I don't like things rubbing frames like that. So let me see what we've got. Starting to see some crack in here, checking. I don't know if you guys can see that. Not too much, but she is graying out a little bit, which is really nice because you guys know we just did this a couple weeks ago. Of course, holding the phone, trying to do anything. Whoa, that's different. 17? That's different. Look at the checks there. Kind of interested to see the inside. That's what I'm mainly concerned about. Obviously, this outside stuff is going to check, and that one feels heavier. Uh, 22. Let's see. It's kind of hard to figure out which one's the poke. Yeah, this is a rough variety here. From 17 to 24, you know? So that's why it'll take time. It'll take time. And this was mostly covered up this winter with snow. Of course, it is checking up nice now. We got a nice little stick of ash there. Let's see. I don't mean to make anybody nauseous with the phone shaking. I am going to try to figure out the GoPro. Live streaming with the GoPro. All right. And this is the type of trash that I'm talking about on the wood while we're doing the grizzlies. This one feels lighter though. Getting a less thunky sound too. Even though she's still high. Weird. And again, these little moisture meters, I've got these on Amazon. I got an affiliate link for them, and they're cheap. They're like $9. And so far, they're the closest thing that I have to the expensive one that I bought a couple years back. See, that makes no sense. But it does. It's light and it's cherry. So it's just hard when you get these when you get sticks like this that's clearly moist, wet looking. Then you look over how gray this is. You know what I mean? But these are soft maple. You can already hear them. They'd burn. You know, the soft maple is a lot quicker. The cherry soft maple. Let me see. Off. Hard maple doesn't seem too bad either though. So I don't know. Beech is hit and miss. I haven't got any oak here, which is a blessing, honestly, because I don't know what I'd do with oak. That would have to sit here for 2+ years, and space is the biggest issue that I have here. Granted, this is 20 acres here, or just above it, maybe 24. But 90% of it, as you can see from right here, basically starts, and it's all mountain, right? And then there's the little goat trail of a road back behind there. So I'm kind of stuck on this 3-4 acre piece that I've got the processor on. And the rest of it is good for wood, softwood mostly, but back out of that wind a little bit. Nice though, I can be out with no jacket, you know. There we go. I don't even know what they're writing here. So Sunday, do it the last day. This will be the 31st. Say 1 first. Second bin. What do we have? We had 14.8 on the low. And then we had 24 or 26 on the high. Which is hard to believe, because that's like cut down fresh moisture rating. Very odd. I don't know. And generally when you moisture check like that, you want to split it. You don't want to do the outside generally, just because it gives you a crappy reading. Anybody out there buying firewood, and generally not a lot of them that I have ever heard around here go around with moisture meter. But if they don't split the wood in half when they're delivering it to you, if you question them about the moisture rating, it's not a rating you want to go with. You definitely want to crack it in half, do both sides in front of them. I did it with a lady up the road that bought a cord and a half from me. She had bought a cord that the guy said was seasoned, and she said he checked moisture on it and no problem, this, that, the other thing. But when I cracked it in half, it wasn't through at all. You know, so she had I ended up cleaning her chimney out for her, going through all that rigmarole trying to get the creosote out, and she's been set all winter long now. That was about January, the end of January or something like that. Yeah, so just be careful who you're buying your wood from. You know, outdoor wood boilers, they take whatever. But internal, heating stoves in your house, they definitely watch your moisture rating in. I've never used one, nor anyone. Other than a YouTuber guy, yeah. I don't know. You don't have to. You know, with firewood, there's a lot of different ways. But you kind of have to experience it both ways. You can hear, you know, if it sounds tinny, loud clanks, it's seasoned, you know, pretty well seasoned. It gets hollower, or I don't know how to really, but if it thuds, if it makes a thud sound, you know, that's moisture, that's weight. It's, you know what I mean. The other thing that you can do is kiss it. That way works good. I've never had very much luck with kissing it when it sits outside. If it's inside by your stove, it's hard. That's hard. All depends on the area, because if you put wood up to your lips like that, it'll be cold. You know what I mean? And you could feel the moisture in it. But if you get a dry piece that has been sitting out in the weather, it can kind of mess with you a little bit. So there is different ways of doing it. But I mean, like I said, for $8, $9, it's awesome. And the freaking thing is so handy sized. That's what got me right from the beginning, is how nice and convenient it is, you know. It's just about the size of 2 pens. I throw everything but pine in the outside. Yeah, that's what the guy up the road does. He tries to stay away from popple and pine primarily. Popple just burns quick, and then pine is pine. You know, I might do a little bit of pine this year for outdoor fire people, especially in campgrounds, stuff like that. It's an active sort of wood when it's burning. But yeah, that was the other thing that I was getting into when I was looking at the fire starter from my chips. I was looking at buying these big things of wax, and I think it's Gulf, GULF or GOLF. I don't know. It's used for canning, I believe, and like wine, dipping the cork in the wine or whatever the heck. But that wax I could get really cheap locally. But then when I did a little bit of research online, that wax is not good for chimneys because it actually coats the inside. So it's got a similar property like pine, where the sap, you know, will coat I like the way birch smells. Yeah, yeah. A lot of birch around here is rotten. I like yellow birch. We don't have too much of that though. But yeah, birch can be active too. We got a lot of that pin birch. That's what's all on the side of the truck right here, and what's laying down right on the side of the road. Pretty much just junk stuff around here. Actually, a lot of people don't like birch burning in the house, so I don't know. I don't know if it just becomes punky so bad like popple. We have a ton of oaks. Yeah. Yeah, we that property that I was walking, well, my Graham's property where the old wood yard was, um, the adjacent property across the road that it looks like I might start taking wood off of there to bring it here. Um, that used to have a pile of oaks on it too. My uncle actually logged that back 10, 20 years ago. Um, so I don't know. We might get into some oaks. A good mix of stuff, really, but primarily oak, conifer. Yep. Oh, how much your that shed that you had looked like the back row and the wall was all you had left? How much that thing hold for firewood? 16 full cord. That is a chunk. So that's basically that left bin. That's what scares me. I've got some of them customers. I do have. I would almost argue there's probably 10 cord sitting in the bunker right now. But if I want to get some wood squared away and in here seasoning, I need to get this place cleaned up and get some more space opened up for the next year's burning season when people start ordering dry wood. Because I do have a couple of customers that, go through in upwards of 10 cord. And I'd love to be wiped out like that, but not when I haven't got the wood on the ground to replenish. That's what drives me nuts. That's what I've been walking so much wood lately, trying to figure out what I want to do next here. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're at the burning ban. The burning ban started, I think, the 12th or the 14th of this month, which doesn't really mean much to me generally. But the ground here looks good. It looks like it's healing. And then I want to put the material to it this year, I think. Put the sand. I got to get rid of this Duffy layer. And I'm half tempted to go get my blade. My brother-in-law's got my blade. And if I was to blade up all this duff, put it in some holes that we've got around here, and then replace it with the sand from that little pit over here, I wonder how it would hold up next year. But there's a lot to kind of consider with this property. I want to make sure that I try to utilize it the best I can without making it too crazy. Like that wall blowing off of that firewood bin really kind of put a a hurting on me. I wasn't planning on that, so, because that pushes the next bin over quite a ways. But it's what we've got. And then the next thing that I might do is take that other conveyor and do the same thing with the grizzly bars on that one. That way, as I'm scooping out of this bin, I can keep the dirt and everything else down out of the wood, because that's my next hurdle, without having a couple tandems come in here with some stone. I'm trying to keep that bin clean. Message restricted. What? 16, 8 foot high. Yeah. Because that bin's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 42 foot long, 12 foot wide, and I'd say about 10 to 14 foot tall. Maybe I'm way off. You know, that was Bert's number, which makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, because 16 cord fit on a truck. Truck and pup. And I had about a load out by the road, which was $1,200. So that kind of added up in my head as to how much wood was actually in that bin. But after you say that, 18 to 20 a year. Wow. Yeah. And you supply yourself, right, with all your waste that you cut off jobs? Or you ought to be able to, at least. Of course, you got some gnarly stuff too, tree jobs. That's half my battle too. I've got a lot of tree jobs, but none of the wood I really want. I do have a big locust job up the road, but without a dump trailer right now, it really puts a hurting on it. And the guy that works for you, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I was watching a video. Of course, you ever use vidIQ ground pounder? One to 120-ish. Yeah, I bet. Absolutely. You ought to try it, but it's if you're on your phone, you can do it, or if you're on your desktop, it's actually merged in with YouTube, and I use that to track. Like, I've got Bert on there. I don't think I have your channel on there yet. I've got Bert's channel on. I've got a lot of competitors on there. It's not competitors, but it shows like growth rates. It shows how many people come from Bert's channel over to mine, or my channel to Bert's, and this, that, and the other thing. But they have what's JIB? I used to use vidIQ for the old channel, and that's where it made me think to start a new one for the niche. But I did want to ask you about that because it's kind of cool to look into. It's for YouTube, but it shows you like estimated views. It shows you where you're touching, basically where your videos are touching, and then like it'll tell you like views per hour. Oh, you're talking about, no, I'm talking about for the YouTube side. XDM, what's going on? What is that, a sticker? Face red heart shape. Huh. Why isn't GP? Man, oh man, GP, I thought you were a mod. I've got you on a mod now. No, I'm talking YouTube, Bubba. If you look it up, let me know what you think. I just started getting into it, and it's actually really kind of helped me. And they actually have like I don't know. Check it out. Check it out. They got a YouTube channel. It's called vidIQ. VIDIQ, I think, something like that. But if you go to their website, you can link your YouTube with it, and they give you daily ideas. But what long and the short of it, they gave me an idea to make a homemade kiln. VidIQ. VIDIQ. And it plugs into YouTube. So like at the top of my YouTube now, whether it's on my phone or on my desktop, it'll tell you your subscription, how many views you get an hour, how many views you get a day. It'll do a little short form bar at the top of your YouTube. It's really cool. But if you click on anybody's, or if you look at YouTube, and down at the bottom, it'll underneath their title or whatever, it'll give you a vidIQ views per hour. But nonetheless, I ended up getting a alert to check it out, or to check something out from vidIQ, so I did. And it's cool because I clicked on it, and it said a hot name for a video, or extremely searched name for a video. Would have been how to make a homemade kiln or something like that. And I clicked on it, I highlighted it, I put it into YouTube, and it was amazing to see how many people in the firewood community or logging community or just lumber in general have actually used that name, put it in there, and looking at the views that they've racked up from it. So there's some type of analytical thing with vidIQ that vidIQ has, and you might be able to use to actually get a pile of people coming in, because I've been messing with it a little bit. And like you could see, some of the live, like I said, they don't stick around generally long enough. But a couple of the live streams, I've got 10, 20, 30 subscribers from. Well, you're already using your moderator power. I didn't even read it. I thought you were a mod already, though. I'll have to look back through. I think Velcro is. Dan is. But I try to get the guys that are in here all the time, or people that I Say I know. You look stinky. Oh boy. This must be the fella here, huh? Oh. Well, I hope I'm not stinky. I just came from church. I took off my church shirt. I had a shower this week. No, but that freaking bird I was telling you about, I don't know about her. I don't know what's going on with her. She passed an egg yesterday, finally, after the bath I gave her. And then I put her out grazing with the other birds. And she's still limping around, dragging a wing type of deal. So I took her back in, let her sit again last night, and I got some scratch feed in there with some water for her. She just passed another egg right before I came out here. So I'm hoping that's what's going on with her. But she's acting like she's got a hurt leg or something now, which doesn't make any sense. But, I mean, yesterday when I took her out of the bath, I put her down on a towel. Try Epsom. See, I've got Epsom salts, but I've got Epsom salts with THC. I've got smelly Epsom salt stuff. I don't have any Epsom salt by itself. That's what everybody was saying, and I meant to get some today when I was out in Plattsburgh, but we don't go out, that far away very often, so shoot, I should have grabbed some. But that Epsom salt, I think it's from Ollie's. Big old thing of Epsom salts with THC. And I think I had my first bath in probably since I was in a hot tub. I tried that a couple weeks back, and man, oh man, that did something. Hemp won't hurt. I don't know. This is it is hemp, but it's called cedar something. So there's that smelly stuff in it. You know what I mean? And I don't want her getting affected by it. And I also don't want to stick her back in with the other birds and have her have a target on her for having smelly stuff. So I just don't know. You know what I mean? Because it's a manly, cedar. Doesn't smell like cedar. No, but if it was straight THC with Epsom salt, that would be one thing. But this is some foo-foo smell. Smells like a city cedar, maybe. But yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Maybe I'll take a little video for you, and I'll send it to you later on. I went out and took care of myself and got myself a backup unit. Now I don't remember what one the new one is. But she is passing eggs, which is nice, really nice. Did I send you the, is it Jen? I checked out her channel. I've got to check out her channel more. My wife, English is hard. My wife is making, what do you call them? Them eggs with mayo. With the yolk. She's making them today. And as she said that the eggs were easier to peel this time. And I just watched Jen's video about that. So I was kind of wondering about rolling them around in a cup. Of course, I didn't get past the cup when she got back to peeling the other way. Just listening to myself right now, I'm very hard to understand. Um, but yeah, for some reason, our eggs are not hard to peel this round. If that makes any sense. I've got to open a window. I'm going to die of heat stroke in here. Don't you know, eh? No, I was asking, but my accent is horrible apparently. Oh, mine is Woodstock. I talk to myself and to the camera for the probably the most amount of time during the day. I don't talk to people. So then when I'm trying to get something across, I know what to say, but I don't say it. No, but I'll send you a video. Just gonna keep her. We've got her in the house right now in a cage. But yeah, I took her out of the tub yesterday before she passed the egg, and literally took her out, laid her on the towel, and she laid there like one of them chickens that you could squeeze and it would make that high pitch. So I don't know. I feel bad for her, but today she was up 5 a.m. just purring away. So I don't know. But we put her out. I put her out before church, and she was still hobbling along a little bit. So we're gonna keep her another day, and then tomorrow, all depending on the weather and whatnot, I'll put her back out and make the decision on what I want to do with her. Whether it is keep it in the house for a little while, because she's not hurting nothing. Just pain because you got to clean her out 6 times a day in order to keep it smelling decent. But just one of them deals with the small scale farming, eh? I'm glad the bath was a good idea though. I didn't know, so I just put her in there, cleaned her up a little bit, and let her sit in the warm water for a bit. Gotta love, yes, yes. Except for now, we've got that little pen around the house, so we've got to rotate. Usually Charlie, the pig, is out all day, and when we force Charlie in, we'll put Gage out, which is my boxer puppy. He'll run around, do that type of thing. Now we've got to rotate the chicken out. So it's getting a little bit ridiculous. I think I need a goat or maybe a mini cow. I was actually thinking that if we could get a mini cow and then do the what is that? The Dwight Schrute quarter horse thought that he's got, where you just take a hind quarter off every other year and let him grow back. Need to fly? And I'm about ready myself, burning up here. So, but yeah, I'll send you a video. You let me know what you think. It'll be later on. So, God bless you, brother. Thank you for coming in. But everybody else out there, I see. Well, it doesn't really matter what my phone shows, but we'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully this week we'll be able to move some more wood here. Nonetheless, God bless y'all.